Hey, welcome back to the Jobber Circle Wrestling Podcast. We are back yet again. It's been a minute.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a minute. So, like I said, we're back. Sorry if you've actually are a loyal subscriber and viewer, watcher, listener of this show, but life's crazy, people.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll talk more about that at the end of the episode. But let's get right into it. Night one of WrestleMania. We're gonna do WrestleMania predictions. We were gonna talk about the state of wrestling, but with WrestleMania going on, yeah, we'll
should be like the only point of topic.
Yes, exactly. Like I said, we'll get into what's coming next because we have not stopped watching wrestling this whole time, like we said before, and we finally think we found a format to come back at you every week. So for night one, yeah, let's just get right into it. I don't know. Do you think the night's really gonna start? We're gonna do these in no specific order, but I'm just asking you. Do you think the night's gonna start with Jay and Gunther?
I'm pretty sure. I would probably put money on it.
I would say
main event-ish.
It's either that or starting with the women's championship match. I think I could start with that, but let's start with Jay and Gunther. Okay. What do you think?
I see Jay coming out as champ just because of how over he is with the crowd. Like, I just imagine, like, seeing him on Raw this past Monday, like, everybody doing the yee and, like, stuff like that. It's just, like, imagine all of that with a belt. I just feel like it's just going to be more hype. Unfortunately, I don't think if he does win, he's going to hold it for very long.
Yeah.
But
that makes sense.
But that's just the point. He'll have that title under his belt. So, no pun intended.
Yeah. No, and technically, like, you're right. Like, technically, he's white hot right now, and it's only, I know Gunther is, a lot of people say he might be the better champion, of course, better wrestler, just better face for the title, but he also is a heel, and, it's only, how good are you going to be as a heel if you don't have a baby face chasing after you? Yeah. And I think essentially that's what it is, like, they have to capitalize on Jay right now, and who knows if he's going to, be this big again. Not just saying he doesn't have the credit, but, your career goes up. There's ups and downs in your career. He definitely deserves it for everything he's done, but at the same time, I think they're mainly going to capitalize on his popularity with the yee and the crowd. It's basically the yes chant all over again, with Daniel Bryan in WrestleMania 30.
Yep.
So, yeah, he has to win.
I think he definitely will. And then with the women's champ, now this one, I'm, like, really not sure with this one. Tiffany and Charlotte Flair.
Yeah,
I see...
Go ahead.
I see Charlotte winning, but I really want Tiffany to retain.
I see Charlotte winning too, but I don't see the point or the story or anything why, but I do see it happening.
I think the story, but I think
it's just Charlotte. The story is just Charlotte wants to win.
It's just because I feel like the story hasn't been that good. Yes, there's been some juicy, like, drama in the past couple of weeks, but also at the same time, like, I just feel like personally they don't really work good together. And I think that's why a lot of this whole story became awkward, I feel like.
Yeah.
And so, like I said, I see Charlotte winning just because, I think that's just how WWE treats her. But I really hope Tiffany comes out and retains. That will prove, like, hey, I mean, it would be kind of like passing of the torch, but, right? Would you say so?
Yeah. I mean, it's only right for Charlotte to pass the torch and to lose to Tiffany, but is Charlotte done, though? That's the question.
Yeah, I don't think she is, especially after this long injury that she just came back from with her knee. Yeah, I don't know. This one's gonna be a hard one.
So who would you say?
I'm gonna say Tiffany.
Ooh, I'm gonna say Charlotte. So now we have a competition on our hands.
Yeah, we do.
Now we have differences because I didn't tell you, but this prediction episode, whoever's right on their predictions, whoever gets the most right of the predictions is the new Caven Universe champion. Who's champion right now?
You just put me.
Yeah, you're a champion.
For Mortal Kombat Night.
So, Caven, if you're not familiar, if you don't know or watch our flagship show or listen to it, the Caven Universe, this is the Caven Universe title. Yeah. We do compete for this on Patreon. Like I said, our flagship show. Speaking of Patreon, we're now combining our Caven Universe and Jobber Circle Patreon. So, if you're a fan of Jobber Circle, we have a special Jobber Circle tier, Jobber Circle Wrestling tier, or we put our extra Jobber Circle content lost episodes on there. You can even request watch-alongs on there. That's $5 a month on Patreon. Check that out.
That would be so fun. Please do.
Yes. So yeah, whoever has the right will be. We haven't competed for this title in a while, so whoever gets the most predictions right will be the new Caven Universe champion. We'll talk about that again more next episode. Whenever we do our WrestleMania review episode,
Review, yep.
we'll see who the champion is. But anyway, the World Tag Team Champions, War Raiders versus the New Day. What do you think?
This one was a really sudden match. Was there much build up to this?
I mean, they have been kind of building up, because there's been so much going on. They're kind of like a side angle, and of course, the story of the New Day.
Oh,
you know, freaking giving it to Big E and basically kicking him out and starting their new Majin heel New Day era. I think it's good that they threw this match on. I think it's deserving, especially for, personally, think Kofi and Woods really deserve to be on the card, and they should be on the card. So I like that, and I really hope and think that they're gonna win, because like I said, it's with all the stories going on, it's a little side story, a little side quest story, but at the same time, it's still a good story. And the New Day winning the titles, it would be a big cap to big push to where they want their hero characters to go. Maybe they win the titles and Big E tries to come out and celebrate with them, and they shut them down.
Oh, that would be cool, because I've been waiting.
Have Big E attack them.
I've been waiting for the Big E return, because when they had that whole segment with their 10-year anniversary, it was kind of like.
Or maybe the Big E comes out and costs them the titles. I don't know.
That's a good idea too. A good theory, but
anniversary that was kind of
it was kind of quick.
Sad.
It was what was it for?
Yeah,
I hope there was something. There's something else.
A payoff. Yeah, there needs to be a payoff.
Perfect, yes.
Yeah.
I am gonna agree though that I think the New Day is gonna win.
Okay.
I think they will be in new.
Nice. War Raiders have been doing pretty good. They deserving of the titles too. So
they've been holding them for a long time.
Yeah, they've had them on a good run. So that's cool. United States champion LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu. I mean, this is talk about weird build up. This is because I thought it was going to end up at least a triple threat match with Braun Strowman. Maybe they feel like they've had too many triple threats and fatal four ways and all that. But I don't know. I feel like this is going to be a good match nonetheless. But I said, maybe I'm just at the end of the day, I feel for all the boys. I'm like, damn, you should have threw Braun Strowman on the card. You should have threw the SmackDown Tag Team title match on the card with more City Machine Guns, Tommaso Ciampa on them.
Yeah.
There's no Miz. Well, maybe Miz will probably make an appearance with Carmelo Hayes.
This is the first WrestleMania without Miz in 17 years.
That's what I mean. He has to make some kind of appearance. There has to be something.
Have they announced the host?
No, but even though if he's not the official host, he can always do something impromptu,
right.
When he did that quick thing with Snoop
Snoop?
Dogg. Yeah, he might have some, and maybe him with Carmelo Hayes at his side will make it even more entertaining.
Or
whatever.
R-Truth.
Yeah, see, they need to do something I feel like. I'm not saying I feel this way, because I know a lot of people are gonna play in this card feels mid. Just give it to the show, because it's you remember WrestleMania is not. It's about these huge matches, but it's about the whole spectacle itself. There's gonna be celebrities. There's gonna be backstage segments. There's gonna be impromptu in-ring segments. It's gonna be great, people. Right?
Yeah.
Just wait.
Yeah.
Just wait. Watch our review and be like, that fucking sucked. No, I'm just kidding. But I think Jacob Fatu is gonna win.
Oh, I think LA Knight's gonna retain.
Really? Okay.
There you go. I like this.
Maybe Braun Strowman interferes somehow. I don't know.
We did not, just for disclosure, we did not discuss our predictions beforehand.
No,
that's why we're kind of shocked. Ooh, there were verses on this one.
Yeah, and then because I touched on it, so let me just finish up saying this before we move on to the next one. But no Andre the Giant. I said there's no SmackDown tag title match. There's no Andre the Giant Battle Royal. There's no women's US. Oh, there is. When
on SmackDown.
Oh.
Yeah.
Throw it back on to WrestleMania. Give them all WrestleMania check.
Yeah.
It's nothing to y'all. Y'all went from selling $400 WrestleMania seats at WrestleMania 19 to selling $23,000 front row seats. You can afford to pay everybody to be on and to give them a little Battle Royal check. Come on, people.
For sure.
Anyway.
Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano.
One more thing. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry.
And then, I guess we'll talk more about Randy Orton.
Okay.
And then that's just a thing too. That's why there's Night of Champions. WrestleMania doesn't always mean every title has to be on the line. I think every WrestleMania there's at least one title that's not on the line, and I think they do that specifically because they have a whole pay-per-view for every title on the line, and that's Night of Champions.
Yeah.
Anyway, Rey Mysterio and El Grande Americano. Like I told you, I think this is gonna be an underrated show stealing type of match. They're gonna them being just Ray and Chad, El Grande Americano, they're gonna want to tear the house down. And I think they will. I think they're going to do good. I really think Chad Gable is a really great wrestler.
So, okay, I understand you're going to think I'm crazy for this, but I saw this video. I don't know if it's just kayfabe got me or what, but I saw this video from Raw whenever Rey Mysterio had a match with Julius Creed.
Yes.
And how Chad Gable was there, but then at the end, El Grande Americano came in, and there was like a little bit of a difference.
Yeah, they are playing it because there's people are really
Really,
going crazy with the
confused.
side by side.
Yes.
It is. I think it's two people. I think it's Chad Gable and it might be Julius Creed because there have been shots of one match he had with the back tattoo
Yes.
and one match he didn't.
Yeah.
And then there's one match where clear El Grande Americano had bloody knuckles, and then when they showed Chad Gable in the back, he had bloody knuckles. So obviously it's Chad Gable. So, but I think. When I try to explain wrestling to people who don't know wrestling, I see sometimes the best and coolest and craziest thing about wrestling is just how funny it is. Just how funny it is. Like, I love the comedic elements to wrestling.
Yeah.
Like, even when matches, when somebody pulls off a crazy move, you just can't help but laugh with how crazy it was. Like, some of the beautiful things about wrestling are the comedy aspects and how funny it can be at sometimes, and I think that's what this match is really going to play into. Like, wait, is it really him? Like, people are like, watch him come out and he's managing El Grande Americano.
I literally, we seriously see the same things because I saw exactly that.
Yeah, so there's so many ways story-wise you can go with this, and it is going to end up just being hilarious and entertaining.
So who do you think's going to win?
I'll say El Grande Americano.
Oh, I think Rey.
Oh, okay.
I feel like personally Rey doesn't have very many WrestleManias left, and so I just think it should be a good win for him.
Yeah.
But I do see putting El Grande over, so.
Yeah, but who knows? Okay, we made our picks. We'll go with it. Yeah, Jade, Cargill, and Naomi, which I think might end up being the second to last match. I don't want to call it popcorn match because we're past that in today's day and age. But it's just one of those matches that it technically has a good build up, but it just I feel like the story just didn't really pay off as good.
It really didn't. I feel like the last time it had a lot of hype was Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, that was kind of it because I think people were expecting more. Like, why or
how Bianca was in the middle of it and then they suddenly pulled her from it.
Yes, and it's like
she still kind of will like hint at it. Like yesterday, on Monday, she was like, she was saying something like, I just got, I got all the stuff with Jade and Naomi bothering me, and then also too, I'm over here dealing with Rhea and Io.
Well, at least that's at least showing that she's not complete.
Forgetting it. Yeah.
So I'm just gonna say Jade.
I'm gonna say Jade is gonna destroy Naomi.
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, that's good. Good on them getting their own singles match.
Yeah.
I guess again, well deserving for both.
Oh yeah.
And then what should be the main event on night one is the triple threat match: Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns versus CM Punk. Now, people have gone back and forth on this, whether it's a good match or a good build up or a good story. It's like at the end of the day, you have John Cena going against John Cena going against Cody. Had a brain fart there for the title. Like, you have Jey Uso getting his, the younger star getting his moment. So it's like, where do you put these guys anyway? It only makes sense to have them main event against each other.
Yeah.
To basically, like, it's the feud is so big that it doesn't need no title. It doesn't need any stipulations. It's just gonna be the main event because that's how much these guys, history and how much these guys despise each other and blah blah blah. I think it's great.
Yeah.
And I think it's gonna be a great match.
For sure. Who do you think is gonna win?
So I think the whole match, the whole dilemma, and the whole story is who's Paul Heyman going to side with? Custody of Paul Heyman, basically. Who's Paul Heyman going to side with? Is Paul Heyman going to side with Roman? Is he going to side with CM Punk? He's going to side with Roman. He's going to side with CM Punk. Which one is he going to side with? And then, boom, he sides with Seth Rollins. I think Seth Rollins is going to win.
Me too.
Yeah.
I think but I know a lot of people, I'm kind of back and forth because unfortunately I hate to say it, but I don't think if anybody's gonna win, it's not gonna be Roman, just because I feel like Seth kind of deserves the win, but also too, CM Punk, this is his first like main event WrestleMania, so people are just gonna probably assume that he's gonna win it also.
Yeah, and then I kind of go back and forth too because like I think the whole thing with Paul Heyman going with Seth sounds good, but then Seth, they basically kind of called that possibility out too on Raw with Seth, and he's like, now you owe me a favor, so it's like they could be playing that way, but then Swerve curveball, he stays with Roman or goes with CM Punk. Yeah, that's the beauty of wrestling too. Is like when as a fan who's watched it your whole life and knows the pattern of storytelling and everything that they do, it's like it's always great when you still come across as like, I don't know, there could be multiple ways. Like I don't know what they're gonna do. At the end of the day, it's up to the writers and Triple H and the head of creative and all that, but. That's just still the beauty that you can go so many ways. Like, which way do or which way are they going to go with?
Yeah. I think they should all just get in the ring and kiss.
All right. That'd be a good story, huh?
Oh, my God.
Do you think The Rock's going to get involved somehow in either the Roman match or the John Cena-Cody match?
I think John Cena and Cody, he will for sure be there.
Okay.
I think.
And then before we get into night 2, we got Randy Orton. Because night 1, I think, has 7 matches. Night 2 has 6 matches. So night 2 can definitely add another match to make it even. So who do you think Randy Orton's going to face? I mean, we've had so many things that, sadly Kevin Owens is legit injured, or at least it seems legit. I really hope at this point, not hope, but it's like, I would say at this point, I hope they're not working us, because it's like, that's kind of a messed up thing to be working us with. You could always say it was a leg injury or arm injury, but messing with us with a spine injury. But I think it's pretty serious. And, I apologize. If anyone takes offense to that, but it's like, wrestling fans, we kind of have to be a little bit naive sometimes, because again, the beauty of wrestling is when we're like, wait, is that real or is that not? Like, again, beauty of wrestling.
People went as far as to say like that it was possibly a work because of the day that he said that on TV. They were saying, oh, he's like wearing pastel colors just like how Mark Henry did or something. It's like, I think you're thinking a little bit too much into it.
All wrestling fans, they freaking,
We'll try and connect the
wrestling
dots
fans
every
are
little
crazy.
way.
Wrestling fans just make up their own ideas and conspiracy theories, and they basically like make predictions in their head of what they want to happen, so then they try to tie that into what's really happening. I had a wrestling fan when CM Punk was on his 10-year stint of not going to WWE. I had a wrestling fan just tell me one time when I was in line at the for a random Raw in Corpus Christi, Texas. He's like, CM Punk's gonna return today, right? And I'm like, what? He hasn't been to WWE like 5 years. He's like, no, he's gonna return. I heard he's gonna return. I'm like, so you're telling me CM Punk, who hasn't been to WWE for 5+ years, is just gonna return on a random Monday in Corpus Christi, Texas?
That's so cringy.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy's probably still a mark to this day.
Probably. Yeah, it's just there's a lot of marks. A lot of marks. I mean, we dealt with that. People constantly messaging us, being like, "Hey, can you do this? How come you haven't done this? And watch this watch the 1975 Royal Rumble for me."
Yeah.
It's like, shut up.
Yeah. For real.
Yeah, I mean, I love you guys, but I'm just saying, some of you guys gotta take it easy.
Yeah. So with no Kevin Owens, who is it?
It could be people of Miro, Aleister Black.
Yep.
I hope it's not Solo Sikoa, to be honest.
I hope it's not Solo either.
Maybe it's a big return. People say it's a return, like a world champion return.
Well, remember, Seth didn't have an opponent for WrestleMania a few years back, and that's when Cody debuted.
Yeah, true. See, and then, there's been times like that, like the whole John Cena thing. Like I think when he wrestled the Undertaker, right? They were like, "Oh, is John Cena gonna have a match?" And John Cena all sat in the front row. "Oh, I don't have a match, so I'm gonna have a ticket." And then in the middle of the show, they're like, "Undertaker's here," and he runs to the back to get ready for the match. It's like, okay. Yeah. They could. I think it's if they're gonna wait to WrestleMania, it has to be a surprise.
Or is it gonna be Nick Aldis?
It could be Nick Aldis, which I wouldn't be mad at that.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be mad at that. But if it's a return of someone like people have even thrown around like Jericho or something, I would be like, whoa, there's no way.
Jericho
but that would
was
be
still
pretty
for
awesome.
sure signed to AEW.
Yeah,
like he was
exactly.
just on
like
Dynamite.
we're talking about Marks.
Like what?
I said. I know it's gonna be Jericho. You go, Jericho's for sure signed.
Like what?
He was just on AEW.
Get freaking real.
People said Booker T. Like, I don't know. People don't fucking know anything.
Oh my god.
So yeah, we'll just keep that one open.
Yeah. Oh no, I think it's gonna be Andre the Giant. Like what?
Oh my gosh.
Oh man. Okay, so night 2.
What if it's Sting?
What?
What if it's Sting? I'll throw my wild card. What if it's Sting? What if it's Daniel Bryan?
Where is he? Where is Daniel Bryan? Is he? No, he said he's going to be at All In July.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
He's
yeah.
still
My
all
my
elite.
dream like wild card like thrown out there would probably be like Stinger, Dan, and Bryan.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Shawn Michaels. Okay, let's move on.
Let's move on.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So to actually get into night 2, the Women's World
Okay.
Championship, Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair. This might be the show starter.
I hope so, but I think I don't know. All I'm gonna say on this is that I think Bianca is gonna win, unfortunately, but I think Rhea deserves it because Rhea had to give up her title for, and I'm not just saying that because she's my woman, but
It's funny. You just never. Yeah, exactly. That's the point. It's like Rhea's always in the spotlight, always multiple time champion. Everyone talks shit about Becky Lynch. Oh, Becky Hogan, Charlotte Flair. Oh, Charlotte Hogan, putting everyone down and always working themselves to win. Yet Rhea Ripley added herself to a freaking WrestleMania match where the winner was supposed to be strictly for the Royal Rumble winner, and nobody cares. They're like, oh yeah, she should win.
I know, and that's the story they're kind of doing too. That's what
Yeah.
Bianca said is like, I literally won this opportunity fair and square, and you're just gonna come in and
Well,
cry
yeah,
about
they
it
have
and
to
take it
actually
from me.
make it known.
Yeah.
They actually have to they have to complain about it first before the fans do.
Yeah.
So I think that's why a lot of the stories are like kind of real in that aspect.
I'm gonna say Rhea Ripley wins.
I'm gonna say Bianca because I hope it makes sense for Rhea to win because why would they make this big deal adding her to the match? She's not gonna win. This is hard because I think Io is obviously the underdog and obviously not thought about, so I think it's a good chance she might retain. But I just hope Bianca wins because like make something out of the Naomi Jade thing, like make her be champion, then her go against Jade or something. Like maybe
Yeah.
maybe if Bianca wins and she's champion, then the next night on Raw or SmackDown or whatever, I don't even know what show they're on, Raw. Bianca tells Jade like, okay, like yeah, you beat Naomi, but guess what? I was really the person behind it too. Now come at me with my title or something like that. I don't know.
See. You're just like thinking future, like
They need
storylines.
yes, because it's like if you have Rhea win the world title, like okay, what is she gonna do after that? You have Io like retain. What is she gonna do after that? Like I think Io was just on a run again because she was well deserving of it, so they gave her a little title run. But it's like at the end of the day, like that's the thing. WrestleMania, you got to set up the next year essentially of what's gonna happen. So it's like, I don't know. It doesn't make sense with Rio and Io Sky because Bianca, like we talked about, she still has that feud looming right there.
Yeah.
So it only makes sense. I don't know.
Yeah. Anybody but Io at this point. I don't know.
And then where's Alexa Bliss don't even have a match. Where's she at? Where's Asuka?
Literally, okay, yeah, Asuka was supposed to come back. I think she's scheduled to come back, but probably not until after WrestleMania. And then poor Alexa Bliss, yeah, they just used her in the Elimination Chamber and then did nothing with her.
It's just one of those things. I think they have nothing for her, just like the White Six had disappeared. It's like
I know.
Sad. It's it's sad. There would never be another character like that again, or another. Yeah, just with Bray Wyatt gone, it just makes everything harder.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they were
really
good.
does.
They were good while it lasted.
Yeah, hopefully they still keep going. But yeah, it's more like a tribute. It just feels like a tribute band at this point. You know,
for sure.
You know, it's like Adam Lambert's Queen. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Queen with Freddie Mercury and Queen with Adam Lambert.
Oh, okay, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Who do we have next?
So, women's tag team champion. This is another match that I kind of feel like was thrown in, but yeah, well deserving of spots at WrestleMania. So, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez against Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. See, Bayley, like I've said before, she's part of the original Four Horsemen with Sasha Banks, or Mercedes Moné. Which honestly, Bayley's not. I don't know what spot do you think's worse? Where Mercedes Moné is as Bayley? I'd rather be in Bayley's spot. But regardless, Mercedes Moné has all the her independent, her 4 or 5 independent belts that she thinks she's the top dog with. But anyway, then you had Charlotte and you had Becky. So obviously. Bayley hasn't had the career of Becky and Charlotte and even Sasha,
right?
But and I think that's because it just like she's a great personality, she's a great promo and everything, but just with her wrestling, I just feel like she isn't fluid enough in the ring, and she does mess up a lot. And like I said, watching wrestling since I was a kid, you kind of tell when a wrestler like has to like stop and like think about what they have to do next. And it's like, I think that just kind of like prevented her. But again, still deserving of having a WrestleMania spot. And my whole point of this is I think her and Lyra Valkyria is a good team. I
Oh
think because
yes.
that's essentially what she needs is when you have a wrestler like that like has everything but it's like missing like one or two things.
Hmm.
Like just throw them in a great tag team.
Yeah.
I don't know if like Lyra Valkyria feels too happy about that because I'm sure she wants to be a single star. But I don't know. I just feel like they kind of fit together right.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think they do work really well together. Unfortunately, I don't think it's gonna make it all the way, and I don't think they're gonna win.
Okay.
But I think Liv and Raquel will
retain. That's
Yeah.
fair. I'll
Yeah.
agree with you. That's fair.
Yeah.
Oh, this one's gonna be the Intercontinental Championship Fatal 4-Way: Braun Breaker
Yes.
versus Dominik Mysterio versus Penta versus Finn.
Mhm.
Obviously, Finn is the wild card in there.
Mhm.
Braun Breaker, because I can see Dom winning, I can see Penta winning,
Yep,
but
for
I
sure.
don't know if I can see Braun Breaker losing.
Yeah, I think anybody but Finn has the possibility of winning, I think.
If Braun Breaker loses, he's definitely not getting pinned. He's gonna be outside of the ring when he loses.
Yes.
Because it's like one of those things where anyone can pin anybody.
Yes. What
Ooh,
if
what if
it ends up being Dom pinning Finn?
Yep.
Yep. I
that would be
literally thought
crazy.
that.
Yeah.
That's
Penta-
a quite possibility.
Penta's deserving, but he's still too new.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Dom.
Oh man, I have to say Dom too.
Okay.
Yeah, his
Okay.
first singles run
Nice.
because he's only ever been tag champ.
Well, yeah, and technically he was NXT North American champion.
Oh,
So
well, main card.
and then Sin City Street Fight, Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre. At least for this, blood feud or whatnot.
Yeah.
I at least am happy that they like put some kind of stipulation.
Yes.
So
there's not many stipulations. I was hoping for at least a ladder match
right
this year,
That's what
but
I think that they should have done for the U.S. title again.
I totally think that. Yes.
Yes, with gimmicks, I understand you have a gimmick pay-per-view with the ladder, but that's for the Money in the Bank. It's not for a title.
Yeah.
And you've had Money in the Bank, and you've done a ladder match at WrestleMania before for the
Mhm.
Intercontinental title, so, like, do it again
Yeah.
for the U.S. Like, you should just be a yearly thing. Like,
Yeah.
But anyway.
I think, like you said, it's just gonna be. I think it's just gonna be a bloodbath and a big brawl.
Yeah, I think Damian Priest will win, too.
Oh, I think Drew's gonna win.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
We'll see about that.
We got to make sure we mark who we picked.
Yeah, we will.
AJ Styles and Logan Paul.
Neither one of them have a title right now.
Yeah, of course.
They just have beef.
Technically, the celebrity match because Logan Paul is
Oh.
just a part-time celebrity
Yeah.
bot.
Yeah.
Like we're talking about in the Caven universe. But I think it's still good. Like, still good spotlight for AJ Styles. I mean, it's a good
Mhm.
spotlight for both of them.
Oh yeah.
They're both technically big stars. You got Logan Paul, big star in social media. AJ Styles, huge star in wrestling. Boom.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of celebrity matches, I guess.
Yeah. Do you think there'll be any other celebrities?
I mean,
You think Speed will come back?
oh yeah. See, I think there'll be moments with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like other celebrities.
Or Travis Scott? Well,
yeah, that's
yeah.
what I mean. Like they'll probably do like a little segments in between things like that.
Yeah.
I'm sure with as much as they've been, and I know for Raw and Netflix, they've been really like, making focus on, maybe not a lot of people think celebrities, but like I know a lot of people complain about the Burt Kreischer, about the Tony Hinchcliffes, about
Yeah.
the Andrew Schultz, like, oh, these guys they get dealers. Like you got to understand these guys have a these you got to. I know people like with the Netflix era are complaining about like, oh, like Tony Hinchcliffe, who's that? Why is he on Raw?
Yeah.
Andrew Schultz, why is he on Raw? Like, oh, Burt Kreischer, like, oh, like these D-list celebrities people were saying. But it's like you got to understand, like these people have an audience, and we're their audience. Like there's
Yeah.
people out there like us that like popped whenever we saw Andrew Schultz. Like, oh, fucking Andrew Schultz, oh my god, he just got thrown in the ring.
Yeah.
There's people like us that popped. It was like, oh my god, Tony Hinchcliffe's on commentary. Burt Kreischer like did a backstage segment with Otis. Like this is cool. Like so
Yes.
that's what they do it for, because they do have an audience, people like us that listen to podcasts and watch these shows because we don't, same thing like when they have a freaking random celebrity for some random show on USA Network. I'm like, I don't fucking know who that is.
Yeah.
But I'm sure he has an audience. People are like, hey, he's on Raw. Like,
Exactly.
so
Yeah.
it's just like, just be open minded with celebrities and guests and stuff like that, people.
Yeah. The ones that get it, get it.
Yeah, exactly.
I do see AJ winning though.
I'm gonna
AJ.
say Logan Paul's gonna win.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah, right.
Okay, and then of course we have the undisputed WWE Championship match with Cody and John Cena.
Championship.
You think Lillian will come back for WrestleMania?
Yeah, hopefully.
I hope so too.
Is John Cena gonna win his 17th world title, or will Cody retain?
I think, just to be plain straight, I think Cody will retain, and I think there's something in the future for John. Maybe SummerSlam. I don't know.
Oh yeah, it's hard. I
It
think,
is a hard.
I
hard
think
one.
that Yeah, I think there's going to be some shenanigans. People are going to get involved, but of course, it's going to be the story of Cody Rhodes, like just like last year's WrestleMania, prevailing at the end and winning. I don't know though. Like John Cena could win.
I don't think so.
Because people won't be mad if he does.
Yeah.
So again, you can go either way. Again, the beauty of it, you don't know what's going to happen. But I just have a wild conspiracy thing that I'm going to throw out there.
Okay.
What if John Cena loses to Cody Rhodes? Cody Rhodes wins, retains the title at WrestleMania, and the next night, because John Cena still can pull strings, especially with The Rock and stuff, like it was talked about earlier. Jey Uso wins the world title. John Cena loses. Jey Uso celebrating his world title win the next day on Raw. John Cena comes out, challenges him that night, just how he beat Rey Mysterio for the title on that Raw. People know what I'm talking about. He basically ruins Jay's championship celebration by beating him for the title the next night, and John Cena literally gets a 17th world title win by beating Jey Uso.
Now that would be crazy.
Yeah, and Raw after WrestleMania, baby, make a shocker.
Yeah, and Michael Cole even said that on.
What a way to bring
Raw.
in the new year of wrestling.
Yeah,
like, yeah.
That's Michael Cole even said like you can't miss the Raw after Wrestlemania because you never know what can happen.
That's how I would book it, people. I mean, I would be like, Jay, you're gonna get it back, but that's how we're booking it.
Yeah, that's really out there, but it's a possibility.
Yeah,
I could definitely see that happening.
Okay.
Oh man, I'm so excited.
I know, I'm excited too.
Yes, we always never mind, just cut that.
Rosewood.
No, it's fine.
Make sure, so put your predictions down in the comments if you want.
Yes.
Let us know what you think is gonna happen, and we'll come back right at you after WrestleMania. We might try to do a live, but after WrestleMania, we could probably do that. Well, we need to do the green screen stuff, so we won't want to do it. If you want us to do, if you care, if you're listening this far and you care and you want us to do a live, let us do a live. But if not, we'll just have to come out, I guess, Monday.
Do you think we'll do like a prediction for each night separately, or just do it all in one?
Oh, I want to do it separately, but knowing us, with the craziness of the weekend, we're probably gonna do it together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we just did here.
Well, if people want us live, we might just go live.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Let us know, people.
But yeah, follow us on social media. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, and then TikTok and Instagram, Jobber Circle. That's all the social media we're doing for Jobber Circle. All right?
Yeah.
Instagram. Oh, don't we have a Facebook page? But yeah,
we do have a Facebook, but
just delete that shit. We don't need that. Jobber Circle YouTube, Jobber Circle Instagram, Jobber Circle TikTok. That's all you need to care about. We're gonna come at you with a new. Do we want to give it away? We won't give it away. We're gonna do the WrestleMania.
No, let's wait till after WrestleMania.
Yes, after WrestleMania, we're gonna come out with you weekly, a type of weekly review of the week of wrestling. But it's gonna be different. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be interesting. Yes. So please subscribe and put your notifications on so you don't miss an episode from here on out, because we're back. We've gotten to where we needed to be with our flagship Cave and Universal. Now we can really focus on what we're doing with Jobber Circle, because to be honest, I've always said it. I've always told you. I think at the end of the day, this podcast has basically the potential to be even bigger than the Cave and Universe.
Oh, yeah.
And I really feel like we should capitalize on that and just try to focus.
Wrestling fans unite.
Yes, exactly, because that's what it is. Cave and Universe is so vast, and we talk about so many things, but wrestling is just like, we bring people together. Even though some of you fans, the wrestling fan base could be a toxic fan base at times, but just because how passionate we are about it. So, anyway, guys, enjoy WrestleMania.
Have a good weekend. We'll be back.
Later.